May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Cuke Audio podcast. I'm DC Puba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, preserving the legacy of Shunryu Suzuki and those whose paths crossed his, and anything else that comes to mind. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable, free of economic hardship, and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. Today we've got a guest, Edward Brown, and I called Ed up last fall and asked him, I said I heard he had a ghost story. So that's what this brief phone chat is about. So we're going to get right into that as soon as we've had our pause to meditate. So when you hear the bell, hit pause if you wish, and meditate or whatever for as long as you wish. And when you're through, hit unpause, and we will hit the bell to end the meditation or whatever, and we'll give Edward Brown a call last fall.
Hello?
Edward David Chadwick.
It is, it said Indonesia, and I thought it's either David or oh my God, somebody I don't want to talk to. So it's David. Sure enough, I thought I better check.
Ha
ha. And here it is, and here you are.
Yeah.
Nice to hear from you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good to hear your voice.
I'm Mr. Chadwick.
Marga's saying hi.
Hi. How's it going there?
It's going well here. I just cooked dinner. Another fiasco. But people ate it anyway. They're very polite here.
It was delicious. Don't let him lie.
Oh, I knew that.
We made country French bread, which is half sourdough and half yeasted with half whole wheat and half white flour, and that was good. That I can say that was good. It had a great sour flavor and nice crust and, cakey inside. And they keep good butter around here. So things are going along.
Mm.
And what about there? How are things going along?
Oh, sort of everything's the same. There's not many tourists. There's local tourists, Indonesian tourists, some. So a lot of places are closed, but nothing has to be closed. We can go out and do whatever we want. Wait a minute.
Is that you?
Yeah, that was somebody calling me. I'm going to mute my phone there. And at this point, Ed and I veer off into discussing other things that I have cut out, and then we come back in with, the people that get into Theravada a lot of times get so rule-oriented,
Yeah, you think Zen is bad for getting rule-oriented. How about Vipassana?
Yeah.
But there's people and there's Vipassana people.
That's
so
right.
It's just like anything else.
Yeah, I like Vipassana.
Yeah.
I like Vipassana retreats. I actually prefer them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Then you don't have to like at Zen retreats where you don't have to like have 10 minutes to get up your okesa, your robe belt, your koromo, get to the bathroom, get back out, put everything back on, and be back in the zendo and carrying your 10-minute kinyan.
yeah.
So, by the way, while I think of it, I want to say hi to Katrinka and send her my love and good wishes.
Oh, well, I'll tell her that. Where is she now? Oh, she went to a salon nearby. Very nice one.
Okay.
Yeah, I go there too. Yeah, she insists I have to get manicures and pedicures so I don't scratch her.
Oh, okay.
And it's a very nice
Well, there
place.
you go.
Yeah, I can go there, get a manicure, pedicure, and an hour massage for, let's see now, about $18.
All right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, so Meg mentioned something that I wanted to ask you, and I wanted to.
Yeah.
I wanted to. She had one too, and I want to get back and get to her, and maybe have a little podcast with ghost stories. She said you have a ghost story.
Oh, how about that? One time I was sleeping in the zendo at Tassajara,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was I'm not remembering now. I'm thinking of it as the newer zendo, but mostly no, it was the older zendo. And I was sleeping, and not much happened, but I felt somebody there, and I heard these footsteps. And that was about it. I was hearing footsteps, and I listened, and the footsteps were coming closer, and then I don't remember if I kind of woke up but it wasn't actually a ghost story. It was more, and then there were other ones, come to think of it. I'm just not remembering now, David, but so the ghost in the zendo now was maybe a dream. Yeah, but the other one, now that I'm thinking of it, I can't, and it's so long ago now, but one time, driving in late at night, there were two, the Suzuki Roshi Ashes site that's up on the ridge there, where you're coming around, and there's a pretty big turn to the left as you're coming in, and off to the right there, at the turn, or right before the turn, the
hairpin turn.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's a hairpin turn.
And standing there, one night we were coming in, and standing there at the right of the entrance to that driveway, there was two Japanese figures, or not that they were Japanese, but two figures in white robes. And I don't remember what else, but, there was some story about a ghost at Tassajara, and different people had experiences of it. But anyway, those are my two that I remember.
Yeah, unusual experiences. The two figures in white robes, I've heard this.
Yeah.
As I recall, they had backpacks that were like little boxes.
Yeah,
or something.
that could be. Yeah.
And also, here's another thing I recall from that story from long ago, is that when they saw you coming, they walked away into the, toward the point there, away from the road.
Yeah, I don't.
You remember that?
I don't recall that. I just don't. I don't recall one way or another.
I don't remember it coming from you, so it might have been someone
Yeah.
else.
Might have been.
I don't remember who I heard that
I
from.
don't remember them walking away, but I also don't. And I, as much as anything, I just remember kind of having the sense like I don't think there's anybody really there, and but and then I don't remember them walking away.
I think what I heard was someone else.
Yeah, it could be.
But there were other people in your car?
Yeah. And I don't remember what other people thought about that, but there was, there were other stories. I think, Bob Beck may have told me about, Bob Beck. Do you know that story?
Yeah, I want to hear it from you.
I think it was Bob Beck. And he said, oh yeah, we were down here at Tassajara and they were in the bar at Tassajara in the wintertime. And I can't remember it all that well, but a man who had just one leg walked into the bar. And then, and they were talking with him. And at some point he was saying like, well, how do you get out of here? And Bob said, well, the same way you got in here, you go back up the road. And he was like, really? And at some point he went out and they heard a car start, but somehow they had no reason to think that he could drive because he only had one leg. That's about, again, it's so long and I don't keep track of these stories, but that's what I remember of that one. And Bob said other people had met him. Other people met him, the one-legged man. And there was more than him at in the bar that night. It was the wintertime. So, it was
well, there was David Schwartz. Is that his name?
I don't remember David Schwartz, but there was when I was there was Bill Parker was the handyman, and his wife was Kathy, and but anyway, I don't remember. I don't know that I knew who.
Who was the handyman?
I think his name. I think his name. When I was first there, his name was Bill Parker, I think. And then and then.
Oh, you mean the big guy?
Yeah, I think he was a pretty big guy.
Bill Parker, the big guy.
I think he was pretty big.
And his wife was Kathy.
Yeah, his wife was Kathy.
They were there when I.
Yeah, when we
arrived
were first. I think they were still there. They wouldn't have been there so long, but yeah.
Yeah. And Jim and Laurie and Bill and Kathy were the two couples who remained, and they left before Tongariro.
Yeah.
They stayed. They were all sitting, but they didn't like the separation in the baths.
Oh yeah.
And they stuck around. They were pretty cool. Yeah, I've got that story, in great detail from Bob.
Oh yeah.
Little different.
But anyway, that's what I remember.
Not that he walked in, but that he knocked on the door.
Yeah, he knocked on the door.
Yeah, and that Bob said there were lights on the road up ahead, and I think he said it was David Schwartz.
Uh-huh.
Is that what?
I don't remember David Schwartz, but it might have been years before my time.
David and June. Yeah. Well, they didn't work there. They didn't work there.
The meeting starting.
David and June Schwartz didn't work there. No, they were friends. And he said they were all had partitions around the fireplace.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And it would have been at his house.
Well, no, they were where you said they were in, what became the
Yeah, what
Zindo
became the Zendo? Yeah.
around the. Yeah, they were there and sort of bundled up around it, and it was snow, heavy snow. He said too much snow for somebody to get
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, that was so that was a
And
really
he said, I
that
think
was a
he
strange
said,
one. Yeah. But apparently he said something. I thought he said something about somebody else had run into him at some point too.
yeah, no, he did. He did. From one thing, he said Richard Baker
Uh-huh.
has him, and he described him, I think, as having a red beard. But also, now I've gotten that story from him a couple of times. In one telling, he says, that there was maybe a woman in the car with him or something, he thought. But anyway, he said the guy drove off. And he said, but they could find no car tracks.
Yeah. That was what I wasn't. I thought it was something like that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't remembering for sure, but they didn't. And I hadn't remembered about the snow, and so I was trying to think of. If they didn't find car tracks, you couldn't always tell that in the dirt. But if it was snow, you could tell. Especially if it went up shortly after, and it was after a while snowing, that then there's the car tracks in it. But yeah, there was a feeling it was unexplainable. His appearance there.
Yeah. He also said when they woke up the next morning that that it sort of went like this. It went like when they were all together, having coffee or whatever. He said one of them went, "Hey, did someone come last night?" And they all went, "I don't know." It took them a long time. He said it was like they couldn't quite remember it. And then they agreed, yeah, someone came. And it was like really buried in their memories. A very strange experience. And then Edward and I veer off into material that I have cut because, it was pornographic. No, that's not true. It was boring. No, I can't remember why. Anyway, I got it. And then we come back in. Well, I know why, because he's getting ready to leave and he's doing things and he's washing dishes and we're just talking and the sound wasn't very good. That was it. And so anyway, we wrap it all up with.
You've already got it from a lot of people. You got the same story. You remember or wrote down or something more of the story from Bob than I remember. I had forgotten all about that. I had forgotten about the two fingers in White Rose up on the ridge.
Yeah. And I'd forgotten about the one leg. I think maybe a peg leg.
Yeah, maybe a peg leg, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you something about your Zendo story. A lot of people have that experience. I've heard that maybe 4 times that people were sleeping in the Zendo and heard footsteps. I've had people say they sat up and saw indentations hitting the purple linoleum tile. I've had people say they saw Suzuki Roshi walking down the aisle and then sitting on the altar. And what's interesting about it is how similar they are. And if you look at the history of ghost stories, the ones that really add up to there being a haunted house or something like that are the ones where you get the same things over and over. You get the same stories. There's a place in Bodega, not Bodega Bay, but Bodega, a hotel that has repeatedly had stories, our guest house, of guests saying the band kept them up. They couldn't go to sleep because of the party going on upstairs. And it had been like a speakeasy in the 20s or 30s. And also seeing girls, like a girl or two girls dressed in very old-fashioned sort of girls' clothing sitting on the steps in front. And, you know, various stories that keep coming back about that one place. That's interesting. Anyway, I don't really, I just like to hear the stories. I don't interpret them, you know. They're fun. They're neat.
Okay, well, thanks for calling, David. I love hearing from you, and
Yeah.
look forward to more visits.
Yeah, that was neat.
Okay. Take care.
Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
So thanks a lot, Ed Brown. That was neat. Like I said in the chat with him, I don't really interpret these things. I mean, I might tend to believe this or that, but it doesn't matter. I'm not a big fan of having strong beliefs that we cling to. And I've always enjoyed unusual phenomena. I think it's fun, but it doesn't matter. The ultimate mystery and the ultimate amazing thing is just being here now. It's just what's right in front of us right now. But no, I can't speak for others, really. I tend to think maybe most others are like me and don't have the faintest idea what's happening or any explanation of it. And I think basically, as far as human knowledge goes, we know the length of this and the width of that, and more sophisticated versions of that, but really doesn't get to the heart of the matter. It's just, measuring, taking measurements in a dream, in my opinion. So until next time, this is D.C. Booba of Gook Audio and Gook Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sanur with Dogget Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.